left.
Perfect. That's what we're looking for. Sorry for the dirty windshield, guys. We've had lots of bugs.
In 2¼ miles, arrive at 621 Fort Henry Road, Dover, Tennessee 37058 on the left.
It's a national recreation area.
There's an archery range, a campfire theater, all within that area. The little basketball playground. They got little cozy cabins on the other side there, Bill. That's the gatehouse. 31 to 64. We're number 60. Oh, there's the lake.
There's Lynn and Danny right there. We're right across, I believe.
Yeah, I believe we are. Houses. Maybe it's a good thing we're leaving out to go into Paris, Tennessee today, because this would get awful loud and annoying over the day. Hello, handsome.
Who are you talking to?
You. When you venture over to Paris, Tennessee, you gotta see the Eiffel Tower. There we go. When in Paris, there's about...
It's cool. It's just stuck here in the middle of nowhere.
It is, and it's what, the 6 little sites?
And I can't remember if they have names.
There's one that has a name.
Fort Donelson National Battlefield,
Nice.
which is outside Dover. Is that where?
To stop the Confederate breakout attempt on February 15th, Grant sent his reorganized troops against the Confederate left. At the same time, to take advantage of the weakened enemy line, he sent C.F. Smith's division against the Confederate right. Smith's forces rolled over the Confederate outer defense and pushed the Southerners back to a position along the ridge in front of you. So that's what the ridge. I like these cannonballs that are on top of this entryway here. So here's a cannon. Cool. And there's a husband. Because it's saying the fort was here, but then when you look at a picture, it looks like it's mostly like where the quarters were all tents. Okay, so they basically built walls, but they didn't build any like very many interior buildings. Yeah, so they didn't have like, they had tents, and then they had these 10-foot walls that were made out of logs and, what was it? Logs and what? Earth. Logs and earth. Okay, so basically was the mortar.
They came in, the soldiers came in, and they were like getting ready to do the battle and everything. And it was like this. It was a day like this, and it was really, really hot. And they took their jackets off and stuff like that, and then just walked off and left them because they were moving on. And then it turned cold that night, and the next day a big snowstorm come through, and a whole bunch of them actually froze to death.
Oh my gosh.
That's what, because you know they didn't know what was coming as far as the weather goes, but
Right.
That's what somebody said one time when I was down here. That's what they told me.
Interesting story. Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, that's what happens in Tennessee, right? One day it's gorgeous, and the next day it's...
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, like today it's going to be 80.
Yeah.
Today, we'll have an ice storm tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bill was saying that the battle would have occurred, what, 165 years ago? So Bill's fascinated with looking at trees to see which of the trees would actually have been here during that time period. He says he thinks this one was definitely here. So according to this, it must not have been all just tents. I think originally when they started off, it was all tents, but then as time went by, they were able to make these little huts, these little crude huts that kept the rain and the wind and stuff off, and they ended up having about 400 of these after a while. Okay, so we're going to be leaving Fort Donelson here pretty soon, and we're going to head over to the military cemetery. So here we are at the National Cemetery, Fort Donelson National Battlefield. Again, those cannonballs on the top of the entryway just are amazing. All right, the U.S. National Cemetery. Hollowed ground. It is just beautiful. They do such a nice job on the landscaping. All right, so here's kind of an overview of the cemetery.
Shaking machine. Ooh, I need it.
All right, Lynn's taking us off-road. We're gonna go see if we can see eagles, but we have definitely shaken and not stirred with our Sonic drinks here.
Yeah. Okay, which way do we go? Right or left?
Well, we're getting close to the water, so that's a good sign.
Oh. That's what we do when we come up on one we're not sure about.
Okay, so come to find out, this might be the best place to come and see eagles. So that's what we're trying. And it's Lynn and Donna and I. We left the guys heading back to the campground. Yeah, well, we may not have seen any eagles, but we definitely had an adventure, a Jeep adventure. returning on a rainy day.
We got to use for a week. Was it about a week we got to use?
Yeah, I think we only got to use it just for a really short period of time.
This isn't even the highest part.
Watching the grades jump.
We had 11, 12.
12. We hit 13.
Wow, look at
14.
all the sand and
Oh my gosh, 15.
we're not, that one last little one is okay.
Home again, home again.
Jiggity jog.
Jiggity jog.